Good morning, dear students. Welcome you all to English literature class. Today we are going to begin a new chapter in the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, that is chapter number 4, Jim. Okay? As the name suggests, Huckleberry Finn meets here Jim. Okay? Now, who is Jim? Jim is a slave. Okay? Clear? And of course, his friend. So, let's begin. So far, we have read the story that Huckleberry Finn has freed himself from his father's clutches and has run away to Jackson's Island. Okay, and of course the island is full of forest and of course completely away from the human inhabitation. Okay, so let's read. You have also read there till now that Huckleberry has deceived his father to believe that Huckleberry is killed by some wild animal or someone else. Okay, as Mr. Huckleberry has dragged a dead wild pig, of course, from the wooden house to the river bank and has thrown into the river. Okay, and of course there is a blood on the floor. So people, not only other people, especially his father, believe that Huckleberry is killed, and he will stop searching for him. Okay, now see what happens when he comes to the Jackson's Island. When I woke up, the sun was so high that I judged it was after 8 o'clock. When Huckleberry reaches the Jackson's Island, he is very much tired. Soon it's evening and he goes for a sleep. And when he wakes up, it is late morning, means it was after 8 o'clock. Sun is very high in the sky, but still he is feeling sleepy. It means his sleep is still incomplete. Okay, you see here, dozing off. It means feeling sleepy. Dozing off, feeling sleepy. Suddenly, he hears a boom sound from the river. Boom. What is a boom? If you throw something into water, there is boom sound. Clear? And of course, when a shell is fired from cannon, there is a booming sound, very loud booming sound. So he sits up and starts listening to that sound. Very soon, again the same sound is heard. I hopped up. Hopped up means jumped up in surprise. So he jumps up in surprise and he hides himself behind leaves, and through a hole he looks. Okay, so he sees a cloud of smoke on water, and shell has been fired into the water, so smoke is still coming, and there is a boat that is full of people. Okay, Of course, You know the people. And why? What are they doing there? Of course, they are searching for Huckleberry's dead body. Okay. So see here. They were firing cannon. What is cannon? It's a large shell throwing gun mounted on wheels. In Hindi we say top. Okay, that is cannon. So the people who are in the boat, they are firing shells from the cannon. Of course, trying to make my dead body come to the top. Okay, they are trying to make the dead body of Huckleberry's fin, okay, come on top from the deep of the water, from the depth of the water. Okay, because they believe Huckleberry has been killed, so they try to find out at least his dead body. By and by, the fairy came along and drifted in so close that they could have lowered a plank and walked ashore. See here. Very soon, immediately, the boat comes near where Huckleberry is hiding, and of course, they come so close to the bank that if they could have lowered a piece of wood, see here, plank, that is piece of wood, this long broad piece of wood, see, a long broad and thick piece of wood. If they had lowered a plank, they could have reached the bank of the river. Okay, but they don't do that. Clear? Now, who are the people? Now, this is description. Pap, Judge Thatcher, Joe Harper, okay, Tom Sawyer, and plenty more. Plenty means many more. Plenty, okay. Plenty means abundant, in large number or quantity. Plenty more. Everybody was talking about the murder. Everyone, and means murder of Huckleberry Finn is on the tip of the tongue of everyone. Okay. The boat floated on. The boat went on. Okay, floating in the river. Float means move on the surface of water, that is float. Okay, and soon went out of sight, okay, around a bend of the island. And as there was a bend, we were actually bent there, so the boat actually went out of the sight. Okay, and Huckleberry can still hear that booming sound. Okay, after a gap, now and then, frequently, occasionally. Okay, now and then means occasionally. Now and then. Occasional. And after an hour, the sound stops coming. So Huckleberry guesses that they have now quit. They have left the hope that they will get the dead body of Huckleberry Finn, and they have stopped throwing shells into the water. Okay. I knew now that nobody would come hunting after me. So now Huckleberry feels relaxed that nobody will now trouble him for searching. Okay, because everybody now given up the hope also that they would get Huckleberry's dead body. Giving up means quitting. Okay. So he takes sigh of relief and he brings everything out from the can and then makes a fire and cooks meal because he is very hungry, you know very well. And of course, he sets up a fishing rod to catch some fish, of course in the river, so that he could have breakfast the next day. Okay. Now for 3 days and nights, Huckleberry stays there. And after that day, means on the fourth day, he plans to move around the island to see what is new thing. So here, I went exploring through the island, means searching deeply to find new things, that is explore. Okay, as he is also new there on the island, so he goes on for searching what is new thing there. On fourth day, he leaves for searching for seeing new thing, searching for new thing on that island. I took along my gun for protection. There is of course his gun as well, which he has stolen from his father there, father's hut. All of a sudden, I stepped right on the edge of a campfire. As he is walking, suddenly he puts his foot on very hot ashes. You know, ash. You burn something, black, what is remnants? What is the black thing? Black powder. That is ashes. Means some campers have made a fire which was still burning, which was still very hot. It means someone has recently burned fire there. Okay, so as he's walking, so he suddenly steps on the ash. My heart jumped into my mouth. Okay, he's very much shocked. My heart jumped into my mouth because suddenly he steps on the hot ash. Now he's very much frightened. So he decides to cancel his trip there to go any further, and he returns from there without making any sound. He sneaked away on tiptoe. Sneak means went without making any sound. Okay. That night, sleep doesn't come to him. When you are in tension, you hardly sleep. Every time he wakes up during his sleep, okay, thinking that someone is pressing his neck. Clear? So very soon he thinks that he cannot live in that way, and he'll have to find out who the person is. Okay, other than him, means Huckleberry Finn, on that island. So then he starts feeling better. Okay, so here you have understood that Huckleberry Finn has come on the Jackson's Island, and there he stays for 3 days without going anywhere, and of course he's cooking the things, food items which he has brought from his father's that hut, and on the fourth day he decides to see that island, to find what are the new things there. And of course he takes his gun with him as well. As he's walking, suddenly he steps on hot ash. Okay, it means that, of course, that ash is from campers. Means someone has recently made fire. It has left. It is because it is still hot. Now he is very much frightened, thinking that someone else is on that island. So he comes back immediately, and that night he doesn't sleep at all. Okay, when you are intense, don't sleep at all. So every time he wakes up during sleep, thinking that someone is pressing his throat and killing him. But he thinks that in this way he cannot stay there, and he'll have to find out who the person is. Then he starts feeling better. Okay. So well, dear students, hope you enjoyed this session. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.